how clustered my army is, one Hunter Seeker missile would have done tons of damage. It really would have just ruined my day. It's great for such a high density army like what I have right now. Let's see here. My main base is almost mined out, so I believe I'm moving north to go ahead and take a mini expansion just to get a couple hundred minerals and some gas from up there. One improvement I definitely could have made was to use my my engineering bay. I went ahead and picked that up pretty early on, and I think I just lost track of. Excuse me, that was a bit of a burp. I think I just lost track of taking advantage. Ooh, and there was a Hunter Seeker missile. Did bad things to pretty good people. But I will have my revenge right about there. But like I was saying before, I got caught on 2 or 3 tangents. I put an engineering bay down pretty early, so I could get my upgrades, early as well. And I just forgot to go ahead and get them after the engineering bay completed. So I do kind of regret that. You should definitely try and be more disciplined about that than I am. And here I am calling down the siege tanks to take care of those those marauder like massive squads, because they're very painful. They will absolutely obliterate your Diamondback force because Diamondbacks are armored, and in mass they will do a lot of bad things to Marines as well. But having those mercenary siege tanks just helps out a ton. Although I would recommend being very, very careful about using the siege mode, because it does splash damage unless you have the shaped charge upgrade, which reduces friendly splash damage by 75%. And even still, those tanks do a lot of damage, and after you reduce it down to 25% of their original damage, they still hit pretty hard, and they can still do bad things to your army. So just keep that in mind. Be safe, because you can put an eye out. And right there, I think I had my Diamondbacks being repaired by a couple SCVs. Not a bad idea. I wish I would have been more disciplined about getting them back to the mineral line early. Yes, and here comes the mercenary squad. It's right about here I shift mainly to marine production, because I do need some. Well, here, take a look at the siege tank. And, see how I moved the Marines in? So right when the siege tanks would have been hit by the Marauders, my Marines go ahead and take the damage, or the brute of that force. And because they're unarmored, and the only unarmored part of my force, they really, make efficient use of the hit points that my army has. They're the best people to take the brute of the force. And I have medics with me, so they can help heal up that damage, and really it nullifies it and makes all these fancy terms that I'm not going to try and think of at the moment happen, and it just works out very, very well. Also, a fun thing you can do for siege tanks, if you hold shift, you can click move to wherever you want to go, and then if you still hold shift and hit E, when they finally get to their destination, they will automatically deploy. That's the Q command, not like the letter Q, but Q as in Q-U-E-U-E, that you can do in Starcraft. And I think the original Starcraft, I never played it. Regrettingly, I was always like graphics. What's a good word? I was vain, so I never played it because I just couldn't get past all the antiquated graphics. But you can queue up anything. If you ever see like a line of green and red stuff, it's from the Q command, and it's very, very helpful. And keep in mind on brutal, and it might be for all difficulties, if you let 2 trains go through, you fail. But if you let 1 go through, you'll be fine, although it will cost you a little bit of money. So if at any time in this video you feel like you hit a little rough patch, you got some bad luck happening, for whatever reason you're not quite ready to attack a train defense, and you think it'd just be a big risk, go ahead and save your game right before you engage the train, and engage it and see what happens. And if it turns out that it was a big mistake and you just need to let it go, no problem. And it's not going to do you any harm, and it's better to regroup and go ahead and handle it when you're ready. Oh God, I think I really need to go after that train right there. One thing I need to add on, when you finally attack the miss-targeting, that was painful to see. When you finally attack the trains that have the supercharged speed, you want to send your Diamondbacks on them early on, right about the time that they, and here I am getting greedy, I'm probably going to take more damage than I should. Ooh, I'm good with tangents. If you let the train get a big lead, your Diamondbacks won't really be able to chase them down. So you want to send your Diamondbacks as a different group, or like shift-click them out of your main force, and you want to send them on the train as soon as it goes past your Marines and your tank, or what else your main ground force would have been. You want to do that because it's smart, and I can't think of any other good reason. So just make sure to do that, because you have no other quick unit in your army except for Marines, and they have trouble, and it would kill them, literally. Alright, so I'm about to come up on the last train. Very simple. Don't worry about your siege tanks dying, because you don't need them anymore. So go ahead and siege them up earlier and closer to the front. Have your Marines in front to take the brunt of the force, and have your Diamondbacks, after everybody kills off about half of their escort, just focus on the train entirely, and that will be beautiful for you. You won't have any trouble at all. Okay, so this has been Tyler for Shok's Starcraft 2 guide. Good luck and have fun. Using this guide, you shouldn't have much of a problem, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, go ahead and email them to me at shoksreplays@gmail.com. Have fun.